Welcome to the Salon Owner's Holistic Blueprint, your podcast for unlocking the secrets to a thriving salon business through holistic practices. I'm Jacqueline Rodriguez, your host, and join me each week as we explore wellness, sustainability, and business success. Everything from attracting conscious clients to adopting eco-friendly practices. We're going to cover it all to elevate your salon business. Welcome back to the Salon Owner's Holistic Blueprint podcast. Today we are going to talk about this belief that perfection is the only way to sustainability. And I really do want to challenge that idea. And I want to recognize and see the distinction between genuine sustainability and greenwashing. And if we're being honest, we have all felt the pressure to be flawless in every aspect of our lives, including the clean and sustainable efforts. I know that I have. And quite honestly, in the beginning, I almost stopped multiple times because I felt like I just couldn't do it justice. And that I couldn't do it to the extent that I really felt like I had to. So I almost stopped. And if I really, really think about it, if I would have stopped, I wouldn't be here. I would not be doing what I'm doing right now because I would have given up because I couldn't be perfect. And I'm not perfect now. I am far from perfect. Now, what I have done is figured out a way that I take a step forward. And every single step that I take forward is for the same goal and ultimately a bigger vision. It really is time to move away from this unattainable idea that we have to be perfect and truly understand the difference between perfection and the journey that we're on. Now it is time to shift our perspective. And the truth is, striving for that 100% perfection can sometimes lead companies to greenwashing, where companies claim to be clean and sustainable without being truly transparent. But here's why companies are doing that. Because they feel like if they are not perfect, then nobody's going to listen to them. And they're not going to be paid attention to, but really even looked at. So we've kind of done this to ourselves. When it comes to how society looks at brands and influencers, we see it everywhere. It's the idea that this perfect life, perfect brand, perfect relationships, and whatever else that you see, it's not even real anymore. Even the faces are not real, right? This is my real face, no AI on mine. Because I'm perfectly imperfect, right? So knowing that no business, no person can be perfect all the time, it's really time that we start breaking down the difference between companies who are on the journey of clean and sustainable and companies who are just plain greenwashing. Because truthfully, we have seen a lot of the greenwashing be thrown around, right? It's basically people just pointing fingers at each other. Now, we have seen blatant greenwashing, and we're going to talk about that. But we also want to take a look at all of these different companies that may be throwing things around that feel like they're blaming others or pointing fingers, because the fact is that we all are in this together, right? And that's actually why I joined forces with the Green Beauty Coalition, because it's not about one product is better than the other, or if you are on sustainability journey, but you're not 100% clean green ingredients, then they don't work with each other. Or they think one is better than the other because that's what they believe and that's where they started. We're all in this together. Basically, every single thing is all coming together, and Clean ingredients are just as important as sustainability, and sustainability is just as important as clean and green ingredients. Being transparent about where we're at on the journey. That's what we're going to break down today. We're going to look at what is the difference. Like, how do we even know if people are greenwashing or not? Transparency and accountability are going to be the key. It's about recognizing that everybody's brand and their sustainability journey starts from a different point. For instance, like I said earlier, some brands might start with clean, non-toxic ingredients, while other brands start with zero waste. As we know, to build and evolve your brand, it is going to take time and it's a lot of work. So you cannot go from 0 to 100 overnight. When I started my salon, I really started just because I wanted cleaner products. So, because I had already started cleaning at home, like got rid of all the toxins that I could, right? Like being very, very open, and just starting to take things out that didn't need to be there. So then I started to bring that over to the salon. But when I started, I wasn't thinking about recycling or zero waste or any of those things. I literally just started with, how do I get some better ingredients and take out the ingredients that were doing me harm? So I started there. I was upfront about that. I didn't even talk about sustainability because it wasn't something that was in the forefront of my mind at that time. Now, things have shifted and evolved and all of that has changed. And I wasn't greenwashing just because I had plastic bottles from the shampoo. I had a better shampoo to offer my clients, but it wasn't in a sustainable bottle. And I didn't even know what the life cycle was. So that doesn't mean that I was greenwashing just because I wasn't at that point. And that's going to be the same for anybody, right? Where are they getting started? And this is why I talk so much on probably all of my podcasts, and in the Holistic Salon Academy. First things first is finding out what's important to you, right? What is going to help push your passion? Like, what is important in your life that you want to bring through your salon? Start there. And once you start there, then you can start building things out. See, and I really believe in welcoming every brand at the stage and the journey that they're on. They really do need support and inspiration and accountability. That's truly what's needed. But it is inspirational when you see businesses start to take care and start implementing things into their business. Because let's face it, I mean, if you're a salon owner, you know running a business is hard enough. And especially if you're running a business where your bigger mission is something so big like clean, green, or sustainable. These things are not the norm, and they are not completely available to us. So we're adding a whole nother layer of difficulty because we have to think above and beyond, and see what it really means to run our business from a different perspective. So with all of that said, what does it actually mean, and how do we start telling the difference? Basically, if you are a business who wants to start your journey on clean, green, and sustainable, whichever aspect you decide is most important to you, then the best thing that you can do is take your clients and your staff along with you on the journey. But what does that mean? You want to come up with a mission. What is the thing that you're going to start changing and putting into action right away? And you want to start building a plan. If it is the clean ingredients like it was for me, then build a plan of getting to that point. When you map out clear and concise plan of action, then you're able to share with your team and your clients. And this is also going to say a lot about you as a business owner, taking this journey that you are being transparent, right? I see so many salon owners waiting to share, the new thing that they're bringing on into the salon or a new idea that they have. They wait to share it with their clients or their staff until it's perfect. And again, perfection is not attainable, period. None of us are perfect. So what I'm saying is, don't wait. Your client actually loves to see you do something different, especially when we're talking about something bigger and outside of just us. It's something bigger, better for ourselves, our clients, and the environment. So take them on that journey. Show them the processes that you're taking, because it's going to inspire them to start making some changes, but they're also going to know it's okay if something happens. And like, this happened to me multiple times. I had a product that I was so excited about. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great, and this is going to be great. And then, they had claimed, this is where the greenwashing comes in. This company claimed to be completely clean. And I don't remember if they said sustainable. Again, in the beginning, I wasn't focused on sustainability. So it was more the ingredients. And we have more resources now, but again, this is in the beginning, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, where I was looking for products. So I thought, okay, I've got this great product. They say that they're clean, non-toxic. They're doing so much good. It feels safe. And lo and behold, a few of the ingredients were better, but then they still had ingredients that were really not good for us, or that they were those sneaky things that is not formaldehyde, but when it hits water or hits heat, it turns into formaldehyde. So those kinds of things. That is blatant greenwashing, because they're claiming to be one thing and they're not owning up to the things that they're not, right? So making sure you see that, right? That is plain greenwashing. And when I was started on my journey, I was telling clients, this is so much better for you, and it doesn't have this and it doesn't have that. And then I find out that there was also a lot of hidden things, because I took them on the journey and I showed them I am committed to doing better. They weren't upset when I said, okay, well, I found this out. It's okay. I've found another company that does better. And I looked deeper into it, and I really combed through everything. So I was learning as I was going, and I was transparent about it. I didn't claim to have the cleanest product available. I claimed that I was on a new journey and I wanted to take them along with me, and that I was committed to finding what I could to help us be healthier and cleaner. So being transparent with them, not saying that I have it all figured out, definitely not perfect, that saved me. And my clients then were like, oh, no big deal. You've got another, I know what you're committed to. So there was no clients being upset. Now, I was upset because I thought I was, getting a great product that was claiming to be something that they weren't. So I was burned by greenwashing, but I knew that I wasn't trying to be perfect, and I was just taking that one step forward. So showing the steps of your journey inspires them. Also makes sure that they know what you're doing and what the mission is about, so it gets them riled up to see you succeed. Now, if you are the business who's getting started with cleaner ingredients, then you maybe want to take a 6-month plan on how to shift and change and bring in only clean non-toxic, low-toxic products. Maybe it's the sustainability is more important to you. So then you can go through and you find businesses that are reducing the waste, but you're putting it into a plan. So you're going to have a 6-month plan and then a year plan and 2 years, like commitment and transparency of like, okay, I'm bringing this on, but if it's the sustainability, like, right, I'm bringing this product on, I still have plastics or haven't figured out the recycling plan yet, but by the end of the year, 1 year from now, I will have committed to finding a better solution. And then because I'm bringing my clients on this journey with me and I'm bringing my stylists on this journey with me, then they're also committed. Like, I cannot tell you how many clients will come in and be like, oh, I know that you're doing this thing and I found out that this product does this, like whether it's zero waste or cleaner, like really clean ingredients, and they're doing good for the planet. They bring stuff to me because they're invested. They get excited about you doing something bigger. So bringing that transparency on, but you want to have a plan, clear plan, because you've got the transparency in a plan. You also have now a plan to guide you to your guiding light, to the thing that you want to accomplish. We cannot achieve business successes and plans if we don't even know where we're going, right? If you just are like always trying to, just do the next thing and you don't have an actual plan, then it's going to waste a lot of time. So making sure that you're taking those, putting them into a plan, plus the fact that now you don't have to worry about, is it sustainable? Is it clean? Is it these 50 million different things that we need to worry about? Your plan of action is clean ingredients first. Then the next year, you're going to put sustainability, right? So it releases the stress of you trying to be everything and get it all done, and allows you to focus and master the one thing that you're working on, right? So transparency, mastering the plan because you have a guide and light, and then it's also accountability. When you bring your clients and your stylists on board with you and you've told them this is where I'm going, then you want to stay accountable to that. If nobody sees your plan and you only, write it in a book and then you throw it in your bookcase, never look at it again, who cares whether you achieved that goal, if you stayed, true to your plan, or if you just did something else? Like, we don't know. And that is the biggest thing when it comes to being a clean or green, sustainable salon, and the brands too. Like, being transparent, having a goal, working on the goal, and then having accountability to withstanding upholding the things that you've agreed to do, that you want to make a change. So all of that, if a business is doing those things and saying, hey, this is my gap, I'm not there yet, I want to, I'm committed to, but it's going to take me some time. You cannot tell me that that's greenwashing. And the other thing too is, like, not only are they being transparent, but they can say, like, hey, I have a clean product. I am a clean, holistic salon. I do not have everything figured out and I am on a journey, but I am committed to making the best possible steps towards that. When you claim to be something that you're not, and you're not even showing a plan, you're not being open about what you're doing or what you're not doing, That is where the greenwashing comes in. And if you put so much pressure on yourself to be the best or to get everything perfect first, then one of two things is going to happen. You're going to be in that realm of like maybe unknowingly, right? Especially people who are really into this and like this is important to them. If you don't have the plan and you're not even sure where you're going and you're not bringing people on the journey, then it's really easy to absolutely make a mistake and you're claiming to be one thing and then you're not showing up that way because you don't have a clear plan and you don't have accountability and you're not really looking at it because we're busy, right? We have so many different things going on. So that's where you get into the realm of like accidental greenwashing. But we know the difference. Accidental greenwashing, and then we have the blatant, we're just going to say this is clean and green because it's popular. That's what people want. So we're just going to slap that on there and then hopefully nobody ever says anything about it, right? We know that. And if you look at a company, you can pretty much see what they're doing. Okay, so I really hope that you see how having a plan, number one, makes your life easier because then you know what you get to focus on now. And you don't have to try to worry and focus on all of the things at once. You know, quarter one, this is the plan. Quarter 2, 3, 4, those are the things that you're working on. And if other things happen, fantastic. Like I am one of those, like I truly am a go-getter and I kind of want to get everything done all at once. I have to make sure that I'm on the plan so that I don't try to tackle on more than I can physically or mentally take care of, right? So then having that plan and then along that journey, take your clients, take your staff. They get to see the steps you're taking so that you don't get lumped into that accidental greenwashing group. You can see that setting a clear, transparent goal and staying accountable to that goal is going to be the best way to not fall into that category. And the last thing that is really important, and I mentioned it early, but it's worth repeating, is reevaluating and checking in on your progress. Goal setting is not something that you just write down, throw it in a drawer, and forget about it. It really should be the guiding light. So it's the cornerstone of every single decision you make in your business. So if you have a bunch of opportunities coming out, if it does not align with the goal that you have in mind and that you have committed to, then you know a clear yes or no. There's so many opportunities that come up, and I am so guilty of this. Like I really do sometimes just like overcommit myself. And anybody who knows me who's listening to this would probably be shaking their head saying yes. And I am like really, really invested in getting this message out there. So I do take on a whole lot of things. And I also know when it's not aligned with my bigger mission, I know how to say no. And I just keep moving. And that's okay. Because whether it's a great idea or things that come up, if it doesn't go with my goals and it doesn't get me closer to the bigger mission, it is a hard, fast no. I'm also guilty for taking on too many of the things that actually, are related to my bigger mission, and I take on a lot of those. But we're not here for that today. Now, I want to talk to those of you who are looking for companies to actually invest in, partner with, or bring into your salon. Whatever the case may be, how do you figure out whether they are greenwashing or if they're on a clean and sustainable journey? And it's a lot of what we've already talked about, but in simple terms of like when you're going to look at bringing on another product, you want to look at what's most important to you. So if you're looking for a brand to use and being 100% vegan is important to you, then that's going to be the first thing you look at. Amazing if it has all of the other things where it's like zero plastic, zero waste, super clean ingredients as well. But you want to get clear on what is important to you so that you can actually start looking for brands that align with that thing that's important to you. So once you know what is important to you, then you're going to start looking at the brands and see what was aligning with you. And the way that you can tell if these brands are greenwashed or if they're just on a journey is the process that I do. I first look on their website, their social media, and especially if ingredients are important to me, like the number one thing I do is I look on their website and I want to see the ingredient list. I do not want to see this is made without, or these are the key ingredients. I want full ingredient list. And to me, especially brands that are not trying to hide anything. Now, this is not always the case because I've found some brands where they don't have that on their website, but they're not trying to hide it. But the first thing I do is look for that, right? I look to see what's on their website. Because if they are clean, green, or sustainable, chances are they are shouting it on the rooftops because they're proud. They're proud of the work that they have already put into the company. They are being open and honest about what's working, what's not. Because the thing is, it takes so much work, like we talked about earlier. This is a huge undertaking for salon owners, for brands, for any business to become green, clean, and sustainable. So in my opinion, if they're going through all of the hoops, jumping through the hoops, over the hoops, whatever, to get that taken care of, then they're going to be talking about it. So look for that, right? I've been on websites where on their Instagram it says clean, non-toxic. I head over to the website and there's literally nothing about being clean or non-toxic, maybe like a little blurb here or like made without sulfates or it's vegan. Okay, those are not bad things, but that's not clean, So you see the disconnect. And that's truly what I do. Every single brand that I think about, using on myself or bringing into the salon, I go through that process of checking the website, checking their social medias, scroll through, see what they're about. Do you actually connect with what they're doing, right? Especially with social media, you get to see a lot more personality and the things that they are like supporting that's important to them. You get to see that. Take a look. Don't just take it at face value. Really dive in and take a look and see if it aligns with you. If you go on and you're seeing everything, oh my gosh, I love this and I love that and I love what they said here, chances are it's going to be a good fit for you. But if you're looking something like I did, where on Instagram it said clean, and then I go to the website and there's nothing, and then I'm like scrolling through their social and nothing really connected with me, and it just didn't feel like a good fit. It's not to say it's not a good fit for other people. It's just not for me. So I get a chance to really set my standards and look deeper than just taking it at face value. And that is how you're going to find out whether companies are greenwashing or not. And if they don't have the things on the website, I have picked up the phone plenty of times. Said, okay, hey, or emailed them. Typically I email them, right? Hey, I want to see your full ingredient list. Where do you recycle your stuff? What kind of products are you using? How are you zero waste? Like, I didn't see anything on your social media or your website. Like, how are you doing these things? I either get greeted back by, oh, very vague, we do this or we do that, or yeah, our ingredients have 0 sulfates or 0 whatever, right? But again, doesn't answer my question of, well, where's the full ingredient list? So at that point, you know that it's not aligned, they're not being transparent, and I say, red flags, keep it moving. And that's really, that's my process, basically. So I just gave you my process of how I looked for companies to align with. And that's going to help you differentiate. And then when you do see greenwashing blatantly, it is so much easier and you won't get burned the way I did years and years ago because I didn't know any better. Now you do, and you get to make and take that time and research it and really look deeper. And like I said before, I welcome brands at every stage of their sustainability or clean journey, whether they're just beginning or they're well on their way. I want us to be inspired by the transformation that we see. So every single small step can lead to significant change. We're here to show you that progress matters more than perfection. Now, I understand that taking on this journey, whether you've been in it for some time or you're brand new, can feel like navigating a really complex, ever-changing, ever-evolving landscape. And you might encounter a few challenges, especially right now, that have been holding you back. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed because you just believe that you're not doing enough. Or maybe you've been attempting to address various sustainable aspects only to find yourself at a standstill, pulled in way too many directions, and it's just not possible for you to have that vision of what you want to achieve, but you lack the concrete plan to put it all into action. So this is a big part of why you need support. And that's where I created a sustainable salon audit. And I really did design this whole audit to provide you with support and clarity to overcome these challenges that take meaningful step forward into your sustainable journey. So I walk people through a virtual walkthrough of your salon. We shine lights on all aspects of where you're excelling, and collaboratively we identify the areas that need improvement. So together we determine the most critical sustainability aspects for you, and then we create a plan and you become clear and you start implementing. So once we start working on that whole year action plan, that is going to be the thing that serves as your guiding light, helping you make informed decisions in your business that equipped you to confidently share your journey and your vision and your mission with your team and clients so you take them along on there with you. So whether you're just getting started, you feel stuck on your sustainability journey, I wanted to provide this for you to help support you, give you the structure that made a huge impact for me, and I know will help you. So it's all about progress over perfection. And together we can drive positive change in the salon. Align your values with your greener future. And I hope that you took so much away from this. I know it was a lot of information, and I am here to support you. Make sure that you like, subscribe, follow, watch the next one. But this is what we're here for, right? All of the information is here for you. Take a deep dive, learn what makes your life easier. Like, follow, and subscribe the Salon Owner's Holistic Blueprint podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the Salon Owner's Holistic Blueprint. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow and subscribe. Until next time, stay inspired, stay passionate, and keep thriving in the world of holistic beauty.